Hello everyone, my name is Aaron Washington. I'm a single father of 4, a former homeless teen, and now owner of AWISE Investment Firm. I also created the Financial Roadmap course. Today, we will be going to downtown Dallas, where I will be bringing my camera crew, a.k.a. my business partner, Jana, and my 2 children.
King don't want to say nothing, so I got to do the mic check.
We will be at Klyde Warren Park, which is one of my son's favorite parks, if you can't tell from him jumping around and excitement. But unfortunately today, Daddy won't be playing. We're here to handle business, and we're here to find out 3 things. First thing is, are people investing? 2, if they are, what are they investing in? And do they have any advice for other people who aren't investing yet? And 3, if they could ask anything or any advice from a financial advisor, what would they ask? What would they want to know? We're going to find that out today. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, do you currently invest?
So it's when you talk about investing, you're talking about
Financial investing.
we are exploring investments because we're in the same stage you're in, where we know that. So I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, read a couple of books like that. So I understand that like trading hours for dollars is not it. So I'm just looking at other ways to build assets to get paid on my mind and not my time.
Okay, that's good. That's good that you think like that, because a lot of people think that you can work your way to retirement.
No,
a lot of people finding out, especially with Trump coming out with these tariffs and everything, and people feel like, hey, it's different. They're saying that the job may not be the best idea for retirement. So investing is definitely a necessity.
No, not at the moment.
No. And why is that?
I'm just looking for things to invest in, and my primary focus right now is just saving and a little bit of too much enjoyment.
I've done the same thing. I'm paying a lot of money to do it all, building it back up now. So What do you think about
investing? You know, as a man, we gotta think ahead and we gotta think forward. You know, so that's the first thing I think about. Everything with my future.
So as far as like the future, would that consider the kids or like
absolutely. Woman, everything. Cars, house. You think about everything when you think about investment. And you gotta make sure you play with your money right too. You can't play with your money right. What I mean by play with your money is making sure you're managing your money. That should be the first thing. Managing your money. If you don't know how to manage your money, then you're in real trouble. You're gonna lose everything. You better invest either if you don't know how to manage your money.
what would be the best advice someone is giving?
The best advice somebody gave me about money so far is there's a guy named John Sestina. He was a financial planner in the 80s. And he said the first rule about money is that all you make is all there is. And he said people get in trouble because they live on if come. Well, I'm supposed to get this bonus. This is supposed to come, so I'll go ahead and spend, but then it don't come, or by the time it do come, something else pops up, and it's like I'll catch up, and then they look up years later, and it's like, why am I 30, 40 grand in debt?
It happens. Catch up on you fast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
Right there, very low.
That would be the best money advice somebody has ever given me. House first, car second, everything else after that, God above all. That's probably the best money advice I've never got from anybody. And that didn't come from a parent, by the way. A lot of your life lessons you're not even going to get from your parents, you're going to get from somebody else that you know or somebody that you built a relationship with.
so that's a good point you making. So what have your parents taught you about investing?
I kind of just watched them and watched what they did as far as making money. Man. I wouldn't say I was raised with my grandparents, so and on my side, investing wasn't the first thing they was thinking about. The older generation more so just think about maintaining. So when they think about maintaining, they ain't really into investments or trying to start a business. A lot of them for that matter.
So I understand. So why do you focus on saving? Do you think saving is helping you?
Just as I just feel every adult should have like 6 months to a year savings, because anything can happen in life. And I do have children, and it makes me feel good when I see the comments in my bank account.
So do you have a money market fund that you're saving it in, or just a regular savings?
I'm gonna have a high yield.
Okay, that's good. That's what I recommend to most people. Is starting with a high yield savings account or a money market savings account, and building them emergency fund. If this beat on attack
Right.
But as well as starting to put money into a retirement fund as well.
Right.
So, what do you think people are hesitant about doing this? What questions do you think they have to keep them to them?
Well, especially now since there's a lot of inflation and then the tariffs going on, it's just a lot of uncertainty, and I don't feel like people have the proper education, and people are really hesitant about things they really don't know about.
Okay, if you could ask anything about money to an investment, what would it be?
That's a good question. If I could ask anything about money to advise someone that I say, well, I think the best question for most people would be, where should I start? But I would personally ask, what do they see on the horizon for the next 5 years or 10 years? The reason I say that is because what's popping now is like by the time you jump on the bandwagon, something else is so like, what do you think is lurking that I can get ahead of so I can be the bandwagon?
Where would you put your money at first? Where would you put your money at first?
Things I should invest in right now that will grow me money by retirement.
Retirement?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have an answer. It depends on, do you want to save it for retirement and not touch it until retirement, or do you want to be able to have access to it before retirement?
Maybe the best of both.
Best of both?
Yeah.
Okay, so the best of both, what you would do is you want to open Roth IRA. Do you currently have a 401k with your job or anything right now? Okay, so you're still eligible to open a Roth IRA because you have current income. Now with this Roth IRA, it allows you to put $7,000 a year into it and grow it tax-free. Now in this Roth IRA, you can put this money into things like bonds or stocks or any other types of investments like maybe real estate in order to grow your money tax-free. So whenever you get 59 and a half, you'll be able to take all of that money out for retirement and not have to pay on the transfer.
Oh, nice.
So that's what I would suggest doing as far as retirement, putting money into a Roth IRA and going ahead. Well, the first thing getting started, if you don't have any money put away, like the emergency fund, that's the first thing you want to start with.
Yes.
So I don't care if it's $5, $10 here, put it away. You might want to get this bag of chips or get this drink or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'll wait till I get to the house. Put that $5 to the side. What you want to do is ideally build a month's worth of bills and savings to where you have emergency fund, something happens, you get hurt or something like that. At least I got the next month or something. So when you do that, there's things that you can get as far as you can go to the bank and you can get what they call a money market account. Money market savings account will allow you to get almost up to 4% savings on your money. You plan on leaving it there. There's a penalty if you take that out.
So how long does the average money market run for? 2 years, 5 years?
So money market savings account gives you annual interest. The one that I currently have right now is PNC Bank.
PNC?
Yeah, it pays me 4% annual.
You just don't touch it.
Yeah,
put it in there like on the first of New Year's, and then next year you can either take something out or leave it. But ideally, you want to just let it keep you.
That's what it is. You want to have that money sitting there just in case. That's the last ditch effort money that you have right there.
4%.
They pay you 4%. 4%.
Bask Bank is good too.
Bask Bank?
BASK.
Oh, Bask.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. They were doing 5%, but then they dropped it to 4.10. You know how it is. They drop it over time.
Fluctuate.
But that 5%.
Yeah, that beats inflation. That's what a lot of people don't know about is inflation. That's like 3.5% right there. So
Probably more than that. Honestly.
If you're not getting at least 4%, then you losing money. And a lot of people have money in regular savings account or regular
Doing
bank account.
absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Losing money. You losing money. And to answer your second question, as far as what to look at in the future, I would say look into AI and tech stocks. Now, these stocks may be risky, but if you don't want to look at individual stocks and you want to take like a broader approach, kind of like the S&P 500, which is a full market, you might want to look at the QQQ, which is it's a collective of all the technology companies, the best performing technology companies. So you can take advantage of the technology and AI market without having to select individual stocks when you're starting out. So that may be the best option for you to have starting out. If you're going money for right now, what I would suggest doing is getting you like a commodity account and investing into some stocks. If you don't know which stocks to invest in, I would start with mutual funds or ETFs like the S&P 500 in order to get started. And with the S&P 500, it's just a measure of the top 500 performing companies in America, and it's grouped together on the NASDAQ. So you don't have to go through and pick individual stocks. Once you get more inclined to your stock picking and stuff, start looking for individual stocks. You can look at the QQQ, look at the top 10 performers, and select you about 3 or 4 stocks out of that, and put you about 60 to 70% into that, and then put the other 30%, 10% into each one of the top performers. And that way you can try to outperform them. But
That's a good idea.
yeah, so that's pretty volatile right now, but as far as growth, that's what's going to grow probably the most over the next 5 years.
Yeah, AI is not going nowhere.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Aaron.
Aaron
Washington.
James, man.
AWISE Investment Firm.
You live in Aaron Washington.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I got a book for you. You got a phone?
Yeah. You wrote it?
Yes, sir. I wrote a book, man. I appreciate you for doing this
Yes.
interview. I'm going to wrap it up before we have to run from this speed right here that's
Right.
trying to attack us.
Yes.
So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Well, that's good advice right there, man. That's good advice.
I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate
Oh,
it,
man, y'all still recording?
Yeah, what's your social media? Yeah, what's your
So, hey, man, it's your boy GQ Derrick on all social media, man. Instagram is GQ Derrick with 2 underscores. TikTok with 1 underscore GQ Derrick, and on YouTube is GQ Derrick. So, man, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and go follow me, man. Hey, man, he just encouraged me to start doing videos like this. I was trying to figure out what type of content I wanted to do. I might go ahead and go over to the teaching and financial sector as well, man. Yeah, man, me and Aaron, y'all might see me and Aaron again sometime, man. I'm teach him stuff. He can teach me some stuff. Obviously, he's doing it right here on the fly. So we're gonna go ahead and get it popping, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.